Yo, what's popping? People, your boy Snack. We back in the building. And y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we get down. So before we even get started, do your boy a solid. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Because once again, Tony Rizzo is setting the Cleveland media on fire. And the Cleveland Browns on fire. Because he's asking the question that everybody already know. That the Cleveland Browns have not committed to Shedeur Sanders. And that's a fact. Because we have a quarterback that you guaranteed a lot of money to. That has been hurt the entirety of his 5-year contract. He's only played 1 year worth of actual games, one season combined into all of the seasons that he's been here. And he's yet to produce. And here we are in the last season of his contract, but you have a young upstart quarterback who is thriving, who the team and the players have gotten behind. But the question is, why haven't the Browns committed to Shedeur Sanders? We don't know the answer to that question, but we're about to dive deep into it. Just me, just you. You might want to tell a few of your friends to come hang out, but we finna get busy for a minute. Y'all ready to go? I am. Let's do the dog walk.
Snacks on the track, so let's get it started. Yo, what's poppin'? People, your boy Snacks in the building. Yeah, I'm showing love to the whole community. Auntie, Shedeur, and Coach Prime in unity. And I'm rocking with the new Cleveland, you already know. Much love to G Bush and K-Sap and Money Man and well off media. They ain't new to the game, to the most high. I gotta give thanks, love, peace out. That's all I gotta say.
Now we know that the trade talk rumors for Shedeur has popped up yet again. We know that the Brendan Sorsby draft is around the corner. We know the talk is going to grow larger and louder as the supplemental draft gets closer, as Brendan Sorsby's pro day approaches. We will hear more and more about Brendan Sorsby and should the Browns take him or should they not. I say no. You say no. A lot of the Cleveland fan base says no. We know some of the Cleveland media are jumping up and down for them to draft Brendan Sorsby. But Coach Riz, as they call him, is clearly out on the Brendan Sorsby foolish.
Matter to you whether this prospect who's also considered a project in Brendan Sorsby is better than Shedeur Sanders right now?
It does, because, if you look at the Browns over the last, obviously since they came back, but the Browns, for me, as a coach, they have to prioritize winning right now. And I don't think Brendan Sorsby is better than Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson right now. And I don't think he helps you beat Jacksonville. And as a coach, I kind of look at it through that lens, because when you start looking too far ahead, that's when things start. You're always preparing for what's next. And I learned a long time ago, if you always prepare for what's next, you're usually not a part of it. and the Browns have to control what they can control. And for me, I think he's got elite traits. There's no question. He's got first-round traits. However, when you're trying to win right now, I don't know if that helps you. And the improvements that you've made on this football team, and once again, it's not about giving guys a chance or seeing what Shedeur has. I don't believe any of that. I believe in what do you have to do to win in week 1 in Jacksonville. And I don't think Sorsby helps you there. And I think of it from a football perspective. Because he is a talented guy, he's coming in and he's taking reps. And he's going to take reps away from whoever the starter is. And he's probably not going to be the starter. And if he's not going to be the starter, then those reps need to go to the guy that's going to help you beat Jacksonville. So I look at it from a different view. However, I'm also not as high on Sorsby as others. I have him 9th on my board if he was to come out last year. Not 9th on the total board, 9th on my quarterback board. So I think he's a talented guy, but I think the Browns, I don't think they're settled into who they have, but they have to make sure that the guy that they have is going to be the quarterback that helps you win in Jacksonville.
Well,
and another question is, are you prepared for the Brendan Sorsby mystique? Now, you think the noise is loud around Shedeur Sanders. You draft Brendan Sorsby with a gambling addiction, who has only spent 30 days or so in a rehab facility, claiming that he's all healed up and he's beyond that situation. The question is, are you ready to deal with the onslaught of questions that come with that? And I don't think Cleveland is ready for that. They can barely deal with the questions around Shedeur. And those are not hard questions. Those are just football questions because he is a popular player. And Nike has truly dropped the ball when it comes to Shedeur. And I'll say, and Caitlin Clark. But that's a whole nother story. I have to do a whole nother video on how Nike has completely dropped the ball when it comes to Shedeur. They've missed out on so much. At the height of his popularity, you don't have commercials out. You don't have his gear out. You don't have his shoes out. What the hell are you doing, Nike? But that's a different conversation. We will get into that one on another day. But as Coach Reis said, I wouldn't draft Brendan Sorsby. And the Cleveland Browns couldn't. But Tony Rizzo is pissed because the Browns have made no commitment to Shedeur. Being in his second year, being that all that he's suffered through, being neglected in year 1, now having to compete with a guy who's trying to resurrect his career that is owed so much money that you have no choice but to put him in the competition and give him a shot or just simply play him. And if he plays, we will never know the answer to that question if he was better than Shedeur or they just playing him to help him resurrect his career, because that's what they told him he would be able to do because they paid him so much money. That is still will be the question. But Rizzo is pissed that the Browns haven't committed to Shedeur.
He said yesterday, Chris, on our show that Browns are taking calls about Shedeur's future in Cleveland. Sure enough, all the reports now start coming off.
He was talking about what happens if Watson is winning or wins the quarterback competition. Do the Browns consider Shedeur Sanders a viable backup quarterback? Or if Watson wins the job, do they want Gabriel to be the backup quarterback? And then do they feel like at that point it makes sense for all parties involved to move Shedeur somewhere else?
Number one, the Browns have never committed to Sanders. And it drives me crazy. His dad brought this up while I was in Portugal, and I read it, and I agree. The team needs to commit to you if you're the quarterback of an NFL team. The Browns are throwing Shedeur out there against a guy who is not part of their future, and I have no idea why they're playing him.
Now, I said the same thing. Hey, you're not, Sean is not really part of your future. His contract is up. There is no extending his contract next season. Either you have to release him you have to release him regardless, because that's in the contract. At the end of this contract, they have to release him first to re-sign him. So why haven't you committed to Shedeur? Because what G. Bush has been saying for a long time, the Browns have promised Deshaun that they would try to help him resurrect his career, revamp his image, get him another landing spot in the NFL. But all of this is coming at the expense of Shedeur, not Dylan Gabriel, not Taylor Green. Shedeur, the most popular quarterback in the NFL, who hasn't even played a full season. And you can call me a lie if you want to, tell it to your mama, but that's just the facts. You haven't committed to a quarterback. Why is this a quarterback battle? Shedeur has taken on the criticism of the Cleveland media of how he was lacking in his preparation, how he wasn't prepared, how he didn't study film. He has taken all the hits, and he didn't lash out. He just stayed professional. He just stayed a gentleman. He just did the work. His improvement from this season to last season, without any help from his former quarterback and his former quarterback coaches from last season. And we've heard what Todd Monken has said about Shedeur and his improvement. He's come miles. And yet Cleveland has not made a commitment to see what Shedeur will be and become this season. Coach Reis, once again, talks about Shedeur's improvement and how much better he has grown in his preparation, in his throws, in everything he does in becoming a professional quarterback from last year to this year.
Changed your evaluation of Shedeur Sanders and his traits over the course of, the last year, the last 6 months? Has any of that changed now that you've seen him in the NFL start 7 games and you've seen him in camp?
Yeah, watching him practice, it has. So when you go back to his Colorado days, even when you go back to Jackson State, so he didn't have much pass protection. And everybody talks about that lack of pass protection as he couldn't get through his progressions. Shedeur Sanders is a smart quarterback. Now, some of his bad habits came from lack of pass protection. Some of his bad habits came from trying to do too much, trying to play hero ball at times, which gets you in trouble as a quarterback. But a lot of that has to do with just, I didn't have pass protection. I thought Pat Shurmur, especially at Colorado, did a really nice job of how do we get the ball in space to our guys knowing we're not going to have a lot of time to throw it. Now, he comes into the league, and first time he's out there, even in practice, continuously retreats. And in the NFL, you can't do that. So over the course of 7 games, I thought that's improved. I think it's really improved. Now, he's had some accuracy issues, so has Deshaun Watson. But I've said this to everyone. Denzel Boston's going to run his curl differently than Casey Concepcion. That's good. That's a proven thing. And you would hope with reps that'll, get cleaned up. The thing I'm looking for, was the curl route that you missed, is that the right place to go? And that's what I've seen from him, getting to his second, third progressions. Fundamentally, he's stepping up more than he is retreating. He's transferring his weight from his backside to his front side because he doesn't, Deshaun Watson has an elite arm. Shedeur Sanders has a good arm, but when you have a good arm, you need to make sure you transfer your weight from your backside to your front side. He's doing a much better job of that. So, yeah, I see his poise, his control, his ability to get him into good run plays. They're doing a lot of those things already in camp where he's killing a bad run play one side, getting it to the other side, or changing it completely. So there's a lot of things going on besides the throws. Now, the next thing is it's a product-based league, so you got to make sure that not only you're going to the right spot, but it's accurate. And I think for both of those guys, that's what I'm looking for in camp is the accuracy. But if you ask me if he's gotten better, yes, there's been substantial improvement from all aspects of mechanics and fundamentals from his time in Colorado to where he is right now.
That is an excellent breakdown and synopsis of what Shedeur has become from then till now. He's been there. Coach Riz has been out there watching, critiquing, looking, and paying attention to the small things of what Shedeur has done. Not just is he completing passes. He's paying attention to his mechanics, to what he has done to improve his passing overall, his gameplay overall. He didn't just speak about passes. He talked about running plays, how he's handing the ball off, how he's switching the play from one side to the next, how he's calling the protections. All the things that we heard that Shedeur wasn't good at, Coach Riz just knocked it out the park. We don't know if Cleveland's going to commit to Shedeur or not. But what we do know is these trade rumors right now are just rumors. And I don't think it would happen. I know that there were calls about Shedeur last season. I know that there have been calls about Shedeur this season. They haven't just now started to happen. This is an ongoing thing. Just like there were a bunch of calls about Myles Garrett, there are a bunch of calls about Shedeur. But I don't think Andrew Berry is ready to go that route. That means fully committing to Deshaun and probably Dylan Gabriel in it. We know how that's going to turn out. But, because we don't know if Deshaun can stay healthy. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Y'all know what to do. Do your boy a solid. We're going to talk about it some more. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that little star down there and hype your boy up. Turn your post notification bell on. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Make sure you do all of these things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. One love. Peace the freak out.
Yo, it's poppin', people. We back at it again. Big snacks in the building. This talk started on the game, late nights, red eyes, up low grind, 15 summers went by. Call of Duty lobbies, Lil Mike, big dreams, now it's highlight reels, turning life to a meme. Shedeur on the screen, break the plate, slow it down. Every throw, every drive, every yard, every crown. Sunday talk show, but we chill on the couch. From the Hail Mary, hope to the dog pound out. It's that big snacks wave, let it ride, don't stop. From the sticks to the field, all the way to the top. Showing love to the Lord, to the fam, to the Browns. Serving auntie in the chat like, baby, hold it down. He be saying what we feel, what the game's about. If you rockin' with the kid, throw your comments out. From the start to the sign off, that's what we about. Saying love, peace out, love, peace out.